Hey everyone, it's Brendan Payne with Century 21 again, and today's topic is perfect for those of you that might have some investment properties that you've had over the years and have seen some good appreciation. It doesn't matter whether it's in this market or another one, there is an opportunity out there that you may want to take a look at, and that is the process of a 1031 tax-deferred exchange. So what's a 1031 exchange? 1031 tax-deferred exchange is a process where you're able to defer the capital gains on a property that you've held as long as you turn around and purchase another similar property within a certain period of time. And there's a lot of rules that go with it, but it's a really good tax saving tool. Now is the perfect time for me to tell you my disclaimer, which I forgot at the beginning of this video. I am not a CPA, nor am I a tax attorney, so you need to consult a tax attorney and your CPA for all the ins and outs, but I'll give you a high level overview of this. I just recently did one of these and also have great contacts. There's unfortunately a lot of hiccups in real estate transactions and tax transactions and stuff like that. And I have got some great partners here in the market that do really good on this. So if you ever want any additional information or you know somebody that does, reach out to me and I'll connect you with them because they're just great. It was really smooth. So essentially what happens is you've got a property that you bought and you have gotten some decent equity in it. And now at that point, you look at the property and maybe for different reasons, maybe how you depreciated it, how you've held it, it's too far away for you now to manage. You decide that you want to go ahead. You still want to have an investment property. You don't want to cash out totally, but you still want to have an investment property. Then this can be a good plan for you because instead of, say you're 5 hours away from where you used to live and you were managing that property, instead of selling that property and taking the cash and paying big taxes on it because you made a lot of money in the sale, then you can go ahead and sell that property. And in this exchange, and there are very strict rules of what you have to do. You have to have someone handle it for you. After that sale, then you could turn around, purchase a similar property and avoid paying taxes for the time being. It's deferred, they're not forgiven, deferred on those taxes for a period of time. And the greatest thing about it is you can turn around and on that property at some point, do it again. Then you can do it again, you can do it again. And a lot of people over time have done this multiple times on properties, and then they ultimately get to the point where they roll all of that into a property that they move into. Maybe they move into the dream home at some point, and once they've lived in that home for typically 2 of the last 5 years, now they can get out with a significant tax savings on the majority of that gains over time. So here's what you need to know. There are some specific rules that you have to follow, including having someone hold the money after the closing. Anything that you touch, meaning anything that goes into an account that's yours and not that intermediary's account, you're going to get taxed on it. And that's not the goal. You want to try to defer those taxes. So as you start thinking about this, get the information and the details ahead of time, because there are also time limits on deciding what you buy. When I did mine, I had a contract and on the sale out of the blue. I didn't realize I was going to sell it. The offer came out of the blue. It was not an offer I was going to turn down. And at that point, I needed to identify something that I could buy. Luckily, I was in the process of already looking at a couple of things. That sped the process up. And then I had to get everything to 2 different sets of attorneys. I had my closing attorney on the properties, and then I had my 1031 tax exchange attorney. There's also some rules on when you have to identify the property that you're going to purchase. You have to identify it within a certain period of time after you close on the one that you sell. You have to identify what you might buy, and then you have to get it closed out within a certain period of time. So you can't just sell the property, let the money sit there for a year or so, and then decide, okay, now I'm going to buy something. It doesn't work like that. They've got some rules, but a real strong 1031 CPA or attorney will be able to guide you through it. It's a great process, and one that if you haven't explored it for maybe even some things that you don't even really think about right now, you're just, they're investments that just kind of keep going along. If they're tough to manage, they're somewhere that you aren't close by, might have an opportunity to get something that works a little bit better for you, has a little better return, or maybe a little bit less risk. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I've got great resources to handle the whole transaction for you here in our market. Thanks a lot.